perfect pumpkin pie is creamy and decadent. This recipe is for a deep dish pie pan and not the smaller ones that come from the grocery store. I start with canned pumpkin. Make sure that pumpkin is the only ingredient. This pie is very easy to make, and as far as I can tell, is foolproof. It has worked for me every single time. Then I add coconut cream, not coconut milk. The coconut cream has been left in the refrigerator overnight. This allows the liquid and the fat to separate. We scoop out the solid portion and the liquid does not go into the pie. Because this pie does not have eggs or a binder, we have to be very careful about not adding liquids if we want this to set. The next ingredient is sugar. The sugar helps the pie set up, and I would not use less. I've tested this recipe with a variety of brown sugar, white sugar, and raw sugar. In my opinion, the raw sugar works the best. Not only does the sugar give the pie structure, but the type of sugar affects the color of the pie. I also use cornstarch to firm up the pumpkin pie, and then the seasonings go in. Finally, I'm adding the vanilla. If you have visible pieces of coconut oil, don't be alarmed. The coconut oil will melt during the cooking process. I use an uncooked pie shell for this recipe. Because the pie is cooked for a long time, pre-cooking is not required. You can use any pie shell that you like, or check out my recipe for a gluten-free pie crust. The pie goes into the oven at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. I like to take the pie out at this point and add some decorations. This is definitely not required. But what else can you do with 2 tablespoons of leftover dough? The temperature goes down to 325 degrees and the pie goes back in. I start checking the pie at 45 minutes. We don't want the center to be wobbly. As you can see, it's pretty firm. But I know that it can firm up more, so I'm going back in for 10 more minutes. The pie is finally cooked. I leave it on the counter until it becomes room temperature, and then it goes into the refrigerator overnight. Check out my other holiday recipes.